guys, I'm going to do a quick commentary on this video. You're gonna have to look at my face. Right off the bat, I'm gonna point out some things about the DJI A5 Pro that I'm finding. On the right hand side, you're gonna see it's way over sharpened, and then you're gonna see it right here. See how bright that is on the right hand side? It's too bright. It looks like they've cranked up the brightness of the sensor or the recording, and it's blown out on the right hand side. You'll see that. Whereas the left hand side is more natural. Look at the grassy area. There's more detail on the grass on the left hand side, where it's just kind of like a fluorescent green blur on the right hand side. Now on our street, we have LED amber lights. That's why on the left, that orange is actually normal, whereas the right, there's no orange at all. If you are on our street and you look at our street, you saw that last night with my sample, with me walking around. Everything is orange, which is really weird. We have these new eco lights in our neighborhood. That's just like that. They're supposed to be energy saving, right? We're gonna go through this. I apologize, guys. Of course, it's been a beautiful day. I go and it's raining, so I'm gonna try and clear that windshield as much as I can. You're gonna see areas of the DJI A5 Pro where it loses detail, it blurs out, it's too bright, or it's over sharpened. First and foremost, look at the road that I'm driving on. There's more detail and definition on the road on the left than there is on the right hand side. And you're gonna notice one thing that's pretty common throughout this whole video: lens flares. The flares on the A5 is really bad. Like, look at the right hand side. The flares are just all over the place. You'll see it on the Ace Pro as well, but it's extremely bad on the A5 Pro, and it gets worse as we go, and I'll point those out to you. It was just raining, so the roads are wet, and the reflections and the water and road looks more natural on the Ace Pro than it does on the A5. Right off the bat. One thing you want to keep an eye on with this is keep an eye on the glowing signs and the colors. Okay, the colors are not accurate on the A5 Pro in the super night mode. It's too light. I think it's because they've over brightened this mode, that it's blowing out the colors. It's making the colors light colors instead of more natural colors. For example, look at the McDonald's sign on the left hand side. You can't really see the red behind that M that you can't see with the pure video. Look at the lights. It's kind of a turquoise color on the right hand side. It's more bluer on the left hand side. So the colors are more accurate on the Ace Pro. You also notice that the Ace Pro is smoother. Like, keep an eye on the video. It's actually smoother. And there's less jitters than the Action 5 Pro. So now look at the building in the front. Look at the grassy parts on the left and right. Look at the building in front. Look at the sign at the very top of that building, that lit sign. You can actually read it on the left. Those are accurate blue colors. There's no blue almost on the right hand side. Look at the Scholars sign on the right. It's supposed to be the one on the left. That color, it's blue, not that turquoise color. So things like that I'm catching as I keep looking at these samples and do more samples. And I'll do more for you guys if you want. Look at this gas station. It's glowing. It's like it's too bright. The left is actually supposed to be that color, that brightness. Yeah, it's just, I think DJI can tone down a little bit on the brightness and the sharpness. What they've done is, I think they kind of cheated with their super night mode. They using that sensor at the front of the camera, when it senses dark areas, it over brightens the footage, and it sharpens everything. So to kind of cheat through that night, night is always blurry and it's too dark, right? So that's what they did. Now look at the lens flares on this. It's really bad. Like, look at the right. Look at that car in front. The flare goes straight up. It's like streaks going up and down. You'll see some on the Ace Pro, but not as bad as the A5 Pro. Initially, look at the grass on the right. It's more definition on the left on the Ace Pro than there is on the Action 5. Yeah, at first, when I first got the camera and I put a night mode, like, the OLED screen looks gorgeous. Like, it looks perfect. Too bad the actual results couldn't look like the OLED screen, because At nighttime, when you look at the OLED screen, everything looks crystal clear. It's bright. It looks amazing. But then you look at the video, it's like it's nothing like the OLED screen. Anyways, yeah, I think they did a really good job improving it from the Action 4. I think they need to, I think on next firmware they need to tone these areas down a little bit, tone down that super brightness, tone down that super sharpening, and I think they'll do well with this. Um, the night sky on the left is more accurate because there was a bit of a reddish tinge tonight in the sky, and the right hand side is just gray. Look at the definition of the car coming, the headlights. It's more defined on the left. It looks blown out on the right hand side. It's all blurry. And look at the light in the back of that car, the brake lights. It's red on the left, which it should be. On the right, you can't really even make out the color. Yeah, the flares are bad here too. I don't think you can get a look at the light in the back of that car again. See the red on the left? You don't see it really on the right hand side. You see the reflection on the floor, but you don't see it on the car, which is really weird. There are some lights here. Look at the store signs underneath that building. The colors of the signs for these stores are exactly what it should be on the left hand side. Like that color, that goldish color, that's normal. You'll see this the buttermilk. That gold color is actually normal. You see these blue Kumon. These are all accurate colors. You on the right, it's almost pinkish. It's too light. Look at the McDonald's sign. You can see the red behind the M on the pure video. You can't see it on the right hand side. It's just that kind of blurry golden arch, and that's it. You can't really see it. It's not defined like it is on the left hand side. So things like that. Yeah, like I said, when I first got the A5 Pro, I'm like, oh, this looks awesome. I really like. They did a really good job. And then as I keep doing these samples, I'm looking closer and closer. I'm going, oh wait, it looks great when you first kind of glance at it, but when you look close up to it, you're starting seeing all these things that are very different than the Ace Pro. And yeah, look at the how bright it is here. It's really almost too bright. Yeah, just keep an eye out on the, especially you'll see it more prominently when it comes to lights or color lights. You'll see a big difference in the shade of those lights. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to get your opinion. Everybody looks at colors differently. Everybody looks at gradients differently or shades differently. So, it might look good to you guys, but for me, I don't specifically like it. Um, but again, what I like may not be the next person's like. So, you guys may like this kind of look. I don't. Now look at that flare. That's crazy. It's like a lightning bolt going up from the car's light. That's hilarious. It's crazy that this is the newest camera against a camera that's a year old. Anything that's 6 months to a year old and technology wise is considered outdated, right? And Ace Pro still holds very well in terms of their low light shooting, their low light capabilities. It's great, we're not fully there with low light, but we're getting very close to, you know, uh, a low light footage that we can see in an action camera, which is great. A lot of people are saying, action cameras were not designed for low light. Well, yeah, that was right 10 years ago, but not anymore. We're seeing more and more people using action cameras in low light situations, And the funny thing is, people always say low light, well, it's at nighttime. No, it's not. Because low light, as many people have explained it, once you walk into a building, when you don't have sunlight exposed, you're considered low light without artificial light, right? So, if you walk into a house or a room or a building, you're now low light. If you're in a forest doing your hike, that's low light. Like everybody's like, oh, we don't need low light. Well, no, not really, because you're always really in low light situations. And why not have a camera that does well in low light? action doesn't stop when the sun sets. That's what I always say, right? People do events and dusk. Mountain bikers, night skiers, hunters, fishermen. They fish before sunrise and after sunset, that kind of thing. It's kind of naive to say that, oh, the camera's only you should only use it during the day, which is kind of ridiculous. So, but yeah, guys, that's it. I'm heading home right now. But look at, and you'll see it again in the garage when that garage opens up. Look how bright it is. It's almost way too detailed, right? So let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I hope this helps. I'll do more and more as I go. I'll do maybe on a day when it's not raining, get a little bit more clear view. I like to slap this on my mountain bike as well and do some samples of that. Anyways, guys, take care. Bye.